Hello, welcome back to Jaw Jacking with Jarhead and Ginger and friends.
We're here today with David and Tania from RV Family.Life.
Howdy.
Hi.
Hello and welcome back. If it's your first time here, I'm Scott.
And I'm Allison.
And we are
Jarhead and Ginger's Journey.
We're full-time RVers. We do destination videos, tips and tricks, and all things RV. That sounds like something you'd like. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button and come along on our journeys.
Can we get an inside scoop on the next RV?
As soon as we know, you'll know.
All right. Hey, you should ring the bell to find out when they get a new RV.
That's right. As you may or may not know, they do have an RV. How would you guys consider your RV living? Full-time, half-time, sometimes, most times, all the time?
Full-time.
Full-time?
Yeah.
How long?
All the time.
Full-time, all the time.
We started living in our original RV for about 7 months out behind our house.
Yeah.
The house had become the expensive cat and dog house. Well, we got rid of everything in it. And then we actually closed on it the day before Thanksgiving in 2021.
Cool.
That's awesome. And you had another RV. Well, tell us what you have first, your RV now.
Our RV right now is a open range 374 BHS. It has an amazing large bunkhouse because we've got two daughters. One of them's 11 and the other one is 8, and they're very tall for their age.
Yes.
They are.
So we wanted to pick a bunkhouse that would give them the room to grow and give plenty of space for them. And so these open ranges have some tremendous bunkhouses. So that's why we went with that model.
Very nice. And before you had something different.
Yeah, we started with an Avenger. It was the 26 BK. It had no slides, and that was because I was scared of slides originally. And it had the bunk for the girls, an outdoor kitchen, just kind of met all those needs, except it had really no space for Daisy, the German Shepherd.
Oh.
So everybody would be sitting down, she'd be wandering the floor in the tight hallway and had nowhere to go.
Yeah.
And so we did actually live in that thing for 7 months, and that was tight.
We were living in that more than we were at the house.
Yes.
So we were like, we could do this full time.
Yeah.
We just need something bigger.
You seem to just kind of adapt to whatever space you have, though, right? If you
Right.
have more space, you get more stuff. And,
That is true.
you know, so, yeah, that's cool. But that was one of our next questions was pets. What kind of pet? You already mentioned Daisy.
Yep.
What else? You have any other pets?
Yeah, we
We
long-haired
do. We have a cat named Skittle.
Yeah.
long-haired calico.
Yeah.
Long-haired calico cat. So you probably got quite a bit of animal fur in your
We
house.
do.
Non-stop.
I look down at my pants sometimes and I'm like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
this is terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, lint rollers and vacuum cleaners. Very important for us.
Yes.
We don't have that problem. So
No, you don't.
Yeah, hairless dogs. Well, not only is this your second RV, this is also your second channel. You started off with a different channel, Texas Family Camping,
Yep.
and now you've changed it. So you want to talk about that?
So originally we started out with tent camping and trying to promote families getting out there camping. And there was one idea that kicked it off with the showers. We'll talk about
Yeah.
that.
Well, I like to take showers and I like nice showers.
Yeah.
And some campgrounds are like terrifying because they have bugs and lizards and salamanders.
Frogs.
Frogs. Like, it's not ideal. But some are really nice and they'll have handheld, the shower handheld. And I like that, but I like to point that out. And so I was like, somebody needs to make a YouTube channel about this. Why don't people talk about this?
yeah.
So we started putting it in our videos.
Yeah. We'd review campgrounds, and then we also were trying to encourage other families to take their kids and go camping. And that's how that kicked off. And it did well, but when I was trying to put RV life videos on there, they weren't doing as well. And I felt like if I kept pushing it that way, it would change, but it was kind of its own successful small business. So I just said, we'll start over. We'll do RV life on a new channel.
Cool. Okay. I can't believe you don't like to shower with frogs.
No, my daughters either. No.
Oh, they did. I did it. They literally were, I was just, washing everything, watching the frog and go up to the top, and then he lost his grip and fell down, and then had to climb back up
It was
again.
entertaining.
The girls are like, are these poisonous frogs? And I'm like, I don't think so.
I hope not.
So since your channel was Texas based, and you're both from Texas originally, or no?
Well, no, I'm from Texas.
She is.
I was born in Amarillo, Texas,
Okay.
and grew up in San Antonio, Texas. David just was passing through
I'd been
not
moving
from-
around. I was just kind of looking for my way, and I had moved to San Antonio and started working at Domino's Pizza, and that's where I met her. And
Yeah.
once I got hitched, well, now I'm from Texas too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was it Domino's you were working at when we met?
I worked at Domino's when we met
That's funny.
in El Paso.
That's
What a
funny.
coincidence.
I knew
Just
she
for
was.
a very
couldn't
short time.
I couldn't remember if it was Domino's or another chain, but you said that I was like, no way.
What a coincidence.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what kind of a pace do you like to travel at for you guys?
But we like to stay places long, like a month stay, because it's cheaper that way. But you know, it depends on what we're doing.
Yeah, it's when we first thought of the idea, we're like, wow, this looks like a great idea, but at 40 to 70 bucks a night for campgrounds, I'm like, I can't ever afford that. And then all of a sudden we saw where someplace was $400 for the month, and I'm like, okay, this could work. And then
Yeah.
it was the beach where it was 800.
Yeah.
We were at a nice place that was right on the beach in near Freeport, Texas. It was 800 for the month, and I'm like, and you could balance these out and stay at a a cheaper one month, a more
Sure.
expensive one the next month, and it's like I could make this work with a budget.
Absolutely.
And so that's when the gears really started turning. They're like, I think we should do this.
That's a great tip too for anybody that's out there, on the fence. Can I afford it or can't I afford it? You can, like they do, a month stays. They also give you a discount if you do a week-long stay also. Not all of them, but some of them do. So that's another good way. But
Yeah.
our daughter lives in the Houston area, and her rent for like an 800 square foot apartment was like $1,200.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're staying on the beach for 800.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, you still have to pay for the RV, but
Right?
that's the other thing is the cost of RVs. I mean, before I ever knew, I thought RVs people were paying $2,000 a month for them.
Oh yeah.
And a buddy of mine, he's like, man, I pay $180 a month for my smaller travel trailer, and I'm like, what?
Oh, I can do this.
This is more affordable than I realized.
Yes.
So going back to the Texas side of your other channel, now that you've moved away from that one, you're no longer focusing on Texas, right? You're traveling the whole country now.
Well, we've
for the
still
most
got
part?
a lot of family, friends, and doctors and dentists in Texas, so we'll try to stay the holidays there.
Okay.
And we still want to stay at every Texas state park. We want to visit every Texas state park, and
That's cool.
we love Texas, but it's going to get about 4 to 5 months out of the year when it's cooler and not
Yes.
100-something degrees.
That's the way to do it.
100% agree.
Yeah.
We stayed there 7 months last year, and that was way too long. We stayed through the cold. We got snow again, and then it was too hot when we left. It was already in the 90s.
Yeah. Oh, we left Abilene late, like the first week of May.
Yeah.
It was already hitting 106 in Abilene.
Ooh.
Yes.
And we're like, yeah, we stayed too long.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, your channel is called RV Family.Life. So can you tell us what your girls thought about were they excited about hitting the road? Were they wanting to stay in their house? Did they want to be an RV family?
They liked it. They really don't complain a lot, except when they start feeling lonely and they're like, "Where are all the kids?"
Oh yeah.
You're decorated for fall.
Yeah.
Autumn has struck you.
But they like it. We're noticing that they are actually getting closer to each other, and they were kind of learning bad habits from the kids in the neighborhood.
Oh
So
yeah.
Yeah.
now that we're
a lot
not
of fighting
there.
and bullying each other, stuff like that, and that's really. I mean, it's still there occasionally.
Yeah.
Nothing's going to be perfect,
Yeah.
but
Siblings.
Yes,
Right.
exactly.
they have moved on to becoming more like best friends to each other.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That is great.
And they, there's a lot of times they're like, "Where's my sister? I want my sister. I want to be with my sister. I want to watch this show with my sister." And
Yeah.
that's just something that wasn't really happening while we lived in the house.
Yeah, we've seen that they are gravitating to each
Right.
other. They're hugging and
That's
holding
cool.
hands
Yeah.
more and things like that. So that we love that. That's great.
Yep.
Do you think the stint staying at the old house helped in that process of them being on board with full timing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
You're
so.
talking about when we were staying there.
Staying at the house in your RV.
So that allowed them to still have their friends and everything during that period.
Oh, right.
However, when we did pull away at that point, it was a little tough for them to say
Okay.
goodbye to those friends.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're
It wasn't
was-
like ripping the Band-Aid off. It was a little slower that way, maybe.
a little bit, yeah. I mean, they had time to say goodbye to everybody, but I would still say there was the first 2 months of this, they really missed their friends.
Yeah, they talked about them a lot.
So, where's some bucket list items that you've seen already that really blew you away?
Bucket list items that we've seen already.
I think we've
Mount Rushmore. You
Mount
had
Rushmore.
never seen Mount Rushmore, and that was a
the
bucket
Black
list.
Hills.
Yeah.
We went there. Waldrug. It's like
Oh,
we did a
Waldrug,
lot
yeah.
of things. Waldrug, Mount Rushmore.
Badland. Well, we didn't go into Badlands.
We got it. We got pictures.
I mean, we went to
We drove to it.
the boondocking campground site where you can stay for free.
Right.
And we just drove along there, and you could see down the edges and everything.
Yeah,
And you
cool.
can still see all the little mountain goats and stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So, but yeah, we pulled in, and they were like, it was so much money to drive through, but they were closed or something. And I'm like, I don't want to pay that much money. The sun's about to go down. And we were right there with the little prairie dogs,
Oh yeah.
popping all up and everything.
yeah.
So we got to see that as we turned around and headed back out.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Was there any other bucket list items though?
I think that like staying in Sioux Falls for as long as we did, just the whole Mount Rushmore thing was a big deal
Yeah.
for me because I had never been there. I've been to Sioux Falls and a lot
Right.
since we've been married. We've been married 22 years.
Yep.
So, and I've never been to Mount Rushmore. So,
Yeah, and I hadn't been
I
since
haven't.
I was a teenager.
yeah.
I haven't been either.
No.
Okay, how about bucket list places that you haven't been to yet? I'm sure the list is long, but let's say top one or two.
Top one is Poconos.
The
Oh,
Poconos.
really? Oh.
Okay.
I want to go to the Poconos and stay in the champagne room.
Oh yes.
Yeah, there's a hotel that's something we've talked about. She wanted that before we ever even met,
Yeah.
and then I saw it. I love hot tubs.
Oh
And
yeah.
so, have you guys heard or seen these things?
I've been to the Poconos.
Okay.
Or, yeah.
So they've
yeah,
got
I've
these
seen-
hotel rooms where
yes.
it's like a champagne glass hot tub in
Yeah.
the room,
Yeah.
and it's just always been a bucket list item for us. And
Yeah.
so
Obviously, the girls aren't going with us on that one.
No.
maybe they get to stay back at the RV and watch the dog
Yeah.
and take
There
the
you
dog
go.
for a walk.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And what about do you want to travel internationally, Canada, Mexico, or anything like that?
We
coming
have.
up?
We've been to Dubai.
Oh, okay.
Well, this
But
was
with
obviously
the
not with the
RV,
RV.
Not with the RV.
Not with
Right.
the RV.
That would be
was
difficult.
before.
I don't think that's
But-
just real high on our list.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just with some of the things that have happened after Corona. If it's
Yeah.
just-
Oh yeah.
there's enough for us to see in the United States. I think
Yes.
we'll just work on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is so much to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't see it all in the U.S. even if you just traveled your whole life. I don't think you'd see it all
Yeah.
for sure.
What is some advice that you would give to somebody just thinking about starting out for RVing full time?
Man, that's a tough one because it keeps coming up again, and it's like I would always tell people make sure you don't flush your hair down the toilet.
Oh, that was, you'll have to check out that video.
Yeah.
Yes, I've got a video on that. I had to replace the black tank valve to pull in and out because a gob of my hair got stuck down in there, and it caused a problem where all the fluids would get out and the solids would stay in. We'll keep it that level, no lower.
Right?
But it was a lot of work, and
Yeah.
yeah, just make sure you don't flush.
Yeah.
Only flush the appropriate things.
Yes. Yes.
That's a
I
good
never-
tip. That's a good
I never
tip.
thought it was your hair. I thought it would have been the girls' hair because girls are less,
It might have been a mix.
kids.
I might have been a little bit newer at having long hair.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. It could
Makes
have been a
sense.
mix.
Yes.
I flush mine sometimes accidentally.
Are you sure you didn't get the toilet stuck on your head?
I might have suction cupped up there.
I'm sorry. I hope you could take the jokes.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
definitely, definitely. You can't hurt my feeling.
Okay.
Marine Corps.
Somebody already branded the feelings right out of you.
That's right. That's what I tell everybody. You think you're gonna hurt my feeling? That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think people need to know that this is actually very enjoyable. It's different than tent camping.
That's for sure.
For me,
Oh, yeah.
tent camping was okay, but as long as I had a cot off the ground, I was glamping. I wasn't really camping. But this is so much better than that. But just being able to travel around and stay a month at a time, and we've been able to visit family and go places that we weren't able to do when we had full-time jobs and all of that. He still has a full-time job, but he's remote, so now we can do that. So that would be maybe hard for some people to do, but if you're able to do it, then I would suggest that you give it a try.
And I think that people don't realize that trying to live a minimalist life, people don't think about that. They think about bigger house to hold more stuff, and they don't realize, they keep growing in size, and you're paying not only for the stuff, but you're paying more for more space to hold the stuff.
Yes.
And so when you learn to live with as little as possible, and then you've got a freedom to move around because you've cut the chains to all the stuff,
Right.
It totally opens up your mind to the places you can go and the things you can see, and it brings a new joy.
It does, yeah.
Yes.
And she hit it on the head where a lot of people won't even realize when you get into this lifestyle, you get to see the people that you love more,
Right.
or the people that you know and want to go see again. You get to see them more.
Right.
And you meet people along the way that you continue to bump into, or then you
Yes.
start to make connections. Like, we've seen them several times now. This is the first time we've camped together, but we've ran into them several times. And we're traveling on the road all over the place, and so are they. So that's one thing that a lot of people, I don't think, understand about the RV life. It's how much you do get to see one another.
And that was something about, like, with the name of our channel. You think about it's RV Family, and it's just the four of us and the family, but it's also about the fact that my family's scattered all over the U.S.
Yep.
And I've got, like, my sister in Colorado I hadn't seen in 14 years.
Wow.
She had 2 twin boys that were 6 years old, and I'd never met them.
Oh.
Now I get to go and I get to spend a month and spend that time with them.
Yeah.
And so it's really this bigger family, these family members that we had kind of written off, like, well, I guess I'll never get to see them again because I never have enough vacation time to go.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they're split up, I'm going to have to pick one place to go for vacation. And now we're growing stronger bonds with more of our extended family.
Yeah. And the girls they met their cousins and they love their cousins.
Yeah.
It's
That's
like,
awesome.
We can't imagine not being a part of their lives, or
Right.
them being a part of our
Yeah.
lives.
All right, well, that's Dave and Tania, and we know they have a YouTube channel. Where else can we find you guys out there on social medias?
We're on Facebook and Instagram. And I think we've got a Twitter too, but I don't use that a whole lot. And also something new is Reddit. I started a subreddit, if anybody's familiar with Reddits, for RV Family.Life, where I'm trying to promote other people that have content and whatnot they want to share. So Reddit, Instagram, Facebook, at RV Family.Life or RV Family.Life, one of those in there, it'll find them. And our website. The reason we have the .life is because that's the website. It's super simple. RVFamily.Life will take you straight to our webpage. I put all of our YouTube videos on there, and
Awesome.
easy way to find us.
Thanks
for
so much.
coming out, guys. We had a good time. As always, we love meeting up with you guys. And even though this is the first time we got to camp together, like I say, we've been kind of bumping into each other all around for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So we'll do it again, I'm sure.
All right. Hello, I'm David,
And I'm Tanya.
I'm Kira.
and we are RVFamily.Life. Join us next time on Jaw Jacking with Jarhead and Ginger. Journey.